Well, hi folks, welcome to Pete's Kitchen Garden, Wednesday the 17th of May, just before 7 PM, and it's just been raining the last couple of days. We've had a good downpour, and as a gardener I absolutely appreciate it, I really do. I mean, as we all know, it's been very dry, we've needed some rain, and despite the fact that obviously we're not getting much sun at the minute, everything's really perking up. I don't normally film when the weather's like this, but there's not many people out. My neighbours don't know that I film videos for YouTube. They just see this crazy guy walking around in the garden with his iPad. Apart from my mate Roy next door, but when I explained it to him, you know, he's about 76, I think. He doesn't even know what I'm talking about when I say the word iPad. So, yeah, let's get started. These planters, you know, just coming along nicely. I mean, you know, there's no major flowering or anything going off yet, apart from the pansies, of course. The lilies are coming up nicely. Those dahlias at the front are putting some weight on. But at this time of year, you know, the good, strong, healthy growth, not quite to the point where everything's coming into flower yet. The herbaceous border's looking fantastic. I mean, these geums, this is the second year I've had these in. And you know, they weren't like this last year. They grew, they went green and just sort of flopped out, but these look fantastic. And I just love the way the Pieris that I've got there, Forest Flame, just that almost sort of, the camera doesn't really do it justice, but it's an almost sort of iridescent pink kind of colour. On a day like this, it's really welcome in the garden. As you can imagine, potatoes, loving the rain. You know, they've shot up. The border with my annuals in, and I've just sort of noticed these last couple of days with all this rain, everything's just sort of perked up. You know, it's not quite as floppy. It really is starting to bring things along. So, and apparently we're going to get quite a lot of sunshine tomorrow, so that's going to do everything in the world of good. My clumps of beetroot getting to a decent size, can't grumble with them. Clothes post, the overwintering garlic, they're starting to beef up now, so it looks like, you know, fingers crossed, I'm going to get good results yet again with overwintering garlic. I may do 2 rows next year. The sugar snap peas I planted at the back there. Obviously, you know, peas love lots of water and they're loving this rain. Little row of radish, some spring onions, put some more spring onion seeds which I've just sown direct, which I'll probably mostly do from this point onwards now, because, you know, I've got the bigger stuff starting to come along in the greenhouse, and yeah, there'll be a lot of direct sowing, apart from the brassicas and a few other bits and bobs. These lettuce, yeah, doing fine. The strawberries coming into flower. One of the jobs I need to do at some point is get some netting or some kind of protection from the birds over here, because if I don't, when these start to get strawberries, we'll not see a single one. The birds will see them before we do, that's for sure. I'm a bit worried about this pond because the level is very low, and the reason for that, I filled it up about a week ago. I'm guessing that there's some kind of puncture. I am completely redoing this pond next year, you know, properly. I'm going to build it up more at the back with bricks. I'm going to have bricks that go right down into the pond. I'm going to have an area that's, you know, kind of like a beach for wildlife to get in and out. So I'm really going to just redo it and do it properly, get a decent liner and everything. That's going to be sort of a main project for next year, because most of my vegetable beds and everything, you know, is pretty much sorted. Just need a bit of compost every year now. You know, that's what a few years does. You know, you don't get there overnight, and I plan to have this garden for a very long time, so I just want it to keep getting better and better. And I was gonna do this earlier before I started filming. I can't really see it, I'm not gonna try and zoom in, but there's 2 rows of carrots under this netting, and they're still not really germinating. I don't know, I would have thought they would have done by now. I'm not sure. It's a good sandy soil. You know, the onions are doing alright. There's lots of weeds in this bed. Now, if you can remember, my parsnips haven't germinated yet, but I'm going to be patient with these things because, you know, they can take time. Maybe this bit of rain and the sun we're going to get will do them good. But yeah, this soil, you see, there's lots of weeds in there. Now, I actually weeded this about a week ago, probably less, and, you know, went through it with a hoe, and it was clean, and then I've got all these weeds coming up. Now if you compare that to the beds over the other side of the garden where there's hardly any weeds, I think it's because this soil, I did get it quite cheap, and it was a mixture of sort of, you know, a standard topsoil, and it had some what they call green waste, which is, I think, the stuff people put in their recycling bins. It was very cheap to fill this bed, but it looks like there was a lot of seeds in it. That's my theory anyway. But not to worry, I'll have to do more weeding this year, but you know, next year I'm going to do the no dig on that bed, and hopefully it'll improve year on year. Just step into the greenhouse. Right, greenhouse. Do you know, I love being in greenhouse when it's raining. There's just something about hearing the raindrops. My tomato plants are looking very healthy. I mean, I'm really pleased. The 3 Money Maker, 3 Gardener's Delight. Compared to last year even so far, I'm just much liking the way these are looking better, and I'm liking the setup as well. I don't give tomatoes, you've got to be careful not to overwater tomatoes. They really don't like the feet to be sort of sat in water. So I tend to let them, I watched a thing on YouTube a while back, and a guy said, you know, you can let them almost completely dry out, but then, you know, obviously when it gets to that point you do need to water them, more so in warmer weather, but they don't like a really wet soil. So I'm very, very careful when it comes to my watering my tomatoes. I'm going to have to hurry up a bit because I've just seen I've got 5% battery left on my iPad, didn't think that one through. Cucumbers still coming along alright, peppers starting to get taller. You know, that's about it. Early in the season, I'm happy with where they are, and I can't say much more than that. Those lobelia are finally starting to come through. I might do something with them, I don't know. These tumbling toms, pricked out a load, potted them on, looking very good. Leeks, looking very healthy. My neighbour gave me, apart from the weeds in there, but I thinned these out a bit the other day, the weeds don't seem to be bothering them too much. Geraniums, my neighbour next door gave me, that was basically full of geraniums. I've potted a load of them on, and I've no idea what I'm going to do with this many geraniums, but I'm sure I'll find somewhere for most of them. Bit of lettuce coming through there. And that's about it, guys. I'm going to have to go because I think my battery's going to die, and I'd hate to have to do the whole video again. You know, I don't do retakes and stuff like that. Been enjoying all your videos, guys. There's some really great videos going up there at the moment, and maybe another time I will run through some of them. So until next time, thank you for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Look after yourselves. Take care, and bye for now.